To start the viflow web model, open your browser, go to the address bar and enter the location where the web model is stored, and confirm with Enter. You can also save the address as a bookmark or favorite in your browser. If configured, a login dialog will now appear. If you cancel this, the viflow web model opens anonymously. You cannot use the cockpit and comment functions in this mode. When you log in, the web model is fully available to you. You will see the main menu on the left-hand side. The main window is on the right. The various views are displayed in this window. Various dialogues, such as the Properties window, can also be used to display additional information. You can use the Processes, Information, and Areas object tabs to display both the folder and structure views of the corresponding objects. In the structure view, the objects are displayed in alphabetical order and the hierarchy created with parent and child objects. In the folder view, the objects are sorted according to the folders created. The icon next to the object name shows which object it is, whether a URL or a document is linked, or whether a graphic exists for the object. The context menu offers you several options depending on the object. For example, object graphics, linked documents, hyperlinks, and the Properties window can be opened here. Objects can also be displayed in either the folder or structure view. You will find the object graphics next to the structure and folder view. If you need more space for viewing, you can hide the object trees by clicking on the corresponding entry in the main menu. You can also minimize the main menu. The graphic can be moved by holding down the left mouse button. You can use the mouse wheel to zoom in and out of a graphic. You can open objects with a graphic by double-clicking on them. Next to the various object names, you will see icons indicating that certain properties have been entered here. If you move the mouse over an icon, you will see details of the relevant property in a tooltip. A shadow around a process object indicates that a subgraphic exists here. Double-click on a connector to open the referenced graphic. There are two buttons at the bottom right of the graphic window. By clicking on the left button, you can write a feedback email. This contains an automatically generated link to the opened graphic. The right button opens the comment window. Here you can enter into a direct dialog. You will find breadcrumb navigation at the bottom. Here you can trace your navigation path. By right-clicking on an element, you can generate a link to an object graphic and copy it to the clipboard. If you would like to have a more general overview of the objects relevant to you, the cockpit is ideal. When you open the cockpit for the first time, you will see an empty area. You can now show or hide various widgets using the button at the bottom right. Here, you can choose between 20 widgets, which can be divided into 6 types. Simple lists. The objects are listed here one after the other. The lists can be sorted using the arrows in the individual column headers. You can also search for objects by clicking on the column header. Lists with bars and pie charts. Here you can also filter by the corresponding characteristic by clicking on the diagram. Lists with switches. These widgets can be used to show or hide objects that do not have a graphic, for example, or that are in an active or inactive release workflow. Line diagrams. Here, object dynamics can be observed over longer periods of time. Divided lists. Several objects can be assigned to a single object in these widgets. Widgets with an alert function. These widgets show you the latest changes. The Changes widget shows you changes to your objects since the last web model start. The Comments widget shows you on which object graphics new comments have been added. You can close the individual widgets by clicking on the cross at the top right. If you move the mouse over the eye, you will see a short description of the widget. If you want to observe objects that are not assigned to you, you can subscribe to them. To do this, click on the star in the top right-hand corner of the Properties window. The first click subscribes to all information about the object. A second click only subscribes to comments, and a third click removes the subscription again. You can search for specific terms or subterms. To do this, go to the search field at the top left, enter your search term, and confirm with Enter. A dialog appears in which the search results are displayed. The hit list can be sorted by type, object name, and Property. Clicking on the header of a column offers additional options to narrow down the search. You can access the Properties window by right-clicking on an object and selecting Properties from the context menu. The various tabs contain specific information. The General tab contains the object name, the object type, and the comment text. All stored information can be found under Information. The corresponding hyperlink or the linked document can be opened by left-clicking in the link column. The Participants tab shows all referenced areas. Clicking on the name of the corresponding area opens a dialog with additional information and the option to open the Properties window. Under Potentials, you will find the assigned potentials with the corresponding risk priority number. Here too, clicking on the name opens additional information. The KPIs can be found in the tab of the same name. Various functions and information can also be called up from the list. The next tab contains the criteria. The approval workflow with the responsible persons and the relevant data can be viewed in the Management tab. The references show all graphics on which the object in question appears. Left-click to open the corresponding graphic. The history includes all changes to the object. The published reports can be found under Reports. If maintained, you will find the history with all entries in tabular form in the main menu. When exporting the web model, you can also store links that are of particular interest to you as a user. You can change the interface language in the settings independently of the content language. However, the content and interface language can also be changed directly from the main menu. Administrators will also find options for showing and hiding certain fields. These include, among others, the tabs in the main menu, the structure and folder views, tabs in the Properties window, and widgets in the cockpit.